going, everybody? Tom training here at the F45 gym in Deerfield. Lonnie Walker is going to be here in a couple minutes to host a charity workout benefiting the Australian bushfire relief efforts. Somewhere between 500 million and 1 billion animals have been killed in this disaster. So it's a really important cause that Lonnie's here supporting. Let's go in and check it out.
Can you talk a little bit about what you're doing today?
Today, pretty much like a little charity event, but also for the F45 Bushfire appeal. We had a whole little workout scheme here for about 27 people. It was mainly just for the fires that's been going on in Australia. I wanted to do something personally. Patty's a close friend of mine. He's from Australia, and you can tell that how much it has bothered him and millions and thousands of other people. So I'm just doing the best I can of being what I love to do, and that's helping others in the bigger picture in life. So today was a workout, but also a charity event as well, and a donation from F45.
So first and foremost, I want to say thank you guys for all coming here. For many of you, who may or may not know what's going on in Australia, it's truly devastating to see the impact of what the climate and the environment is having to everyday people, right? Over the last few weeks, over 12 million acres have burned in Australia. So to kind of put this into perspective, for all of us that watch the California wildfires, about 1.9 million acres have burned. So in just the last few weeks, over 12 million acres have burned. So it's incredible to see what's happening and the impact that's there from somewhere across the world for us. So that's why we're here. More importantly, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you and all of your friends and family and people from all over the country who donated for this cause, right? So I want to say thank you for that. I want to thank Lonnie, our San Antonio Spur, right? Who's Spur? Yeah! It's incredible to see people like you. It's incredible to see people like you take their time and energy to give back to such a worthy cause, right? It's important. To put it in perspective, over $195,000 through the F45 Heroes for Hollywood has been raised in this short period of time, right? That money is incredibly crucial to what's happening. So I want to say thanks again for each of you, and Lonnie, thank you for the commitment you've done to give back to this. So with that, man, everybody really wants to be here.
I hope everyone's doing good. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. I'm really excited to be working with you guys, but I appreciate the support and love that we have done for Australia. I hope that this continues to go, and this is only a little message that we can continue to spread, and let's have fun with this. So thank you guys so much. Let's have a good time.
And Mr. Chasity, you run this gym.
Yes, I do.
Tell me a little bit about how this event came together.
So what F45 wanted to do, because actually F45 is an Australian-based company, the fact that all the bushfires are really destroying Australia, and with this being the home base of F45, what we decided to do as a global franchise is bring everybody together to do one epic workout in hopes to hit a goal of 150K for donations from each studio. We have actually surpassed that, and now we have a new goal of 200K. So what we're doing here at my studio is really trying to bring people together, bring the community together to raise that money and help our friends out in Australia.
And how did you get Lonnie involved?
Well, actually, one of my partners is his sports agent officially, so we kind of figured, with Lonnie and his presence and such an impact that he has on the community of San Antonio, it was just kind of right for him to kind of help out, especially with what we got going on, to help save what we got going on in Australia.
And tell me a little bit, it's high-intensity interval training. Tell me a little bit about what that means and why athletes like Lonnie enjoy this kind of workout.
Well, our main focus is functional training. So F45 stands for functional 45 minutes. And pretty much we take the circuit training, the high intensity interval training, and the functional training, and we mix it into one really fast, really effective workout. And what's really cool about this is the fact that we're using things that most athletes would see when it comes to growing up within sports. So gearing a lot of our functional training towards things that you would do in everyday movements not only appeals to athletes, but also appeals to the everyday person.
And can you tell me a little bit about what this workout is going to look like today?
So today is one of our longest workouts. It's one of our most intense as well. We call it a Hollywood workout. It's a full hour, so it's not 45 minutes like most of our workouts are during the week. It's a full hour with 27 stations nonstop, and we consider this a high-intensity hybrid workout, which means you're going to be doing a lot of cardio and weightlifting in this class. So not only does it keep the body functional, but it keeps it mobile and it keeps it strong at the same time. So with us doing that, we bring in a live DJ. Even though it is an intense workout, it kind of takes everybody's mind away from the fact that it is just a workout, but we make it fun for you at the same time.
Cool. And I have some experience with CrossFit. How would this compare to CrossFit?
So you're going to see some of the same movements, but at the same time, ours doesn't necessarily gear to reps per set. It's all based on time. So when you step into a class, you're going to be in a more diverse setting than just somebody that when you step to a CrossFit class, everybody's kind of built the same and kind of doing the same thing, trying to hit those reps per set all the way through. What we're telling people is, you know what, you come in here, you do a functional movement. Like I said, things are going to be geared to everyday life, but do it on your own limitations. So it pretty much appeals to literally anyone to say, hey, come in here, I'm going to give you the workout, I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do, but I'm also going to give you a time to give you all the power that you got. Now, mind you, you will do a lot of explosive workouts, kind of similar to what you see in CrossFit, but it's a little bit different because we're not adding the extensive amount of weight. We're doing something that's going to appeal more to a time variation instead of reps per set.
And that's probably a little safer.
Extremely.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you very much for
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
Lonnie had already gotten his lift into the day, so he spent the workout walking around in between the 27 different stations, encouraging people and giving instruction. He seemed to be just as excited as they were. This was a grueling hour-long workout that hit the entire body, so these people were pretty exhausted at the end of it. It's a very rare opportunity to work out with a player from your favorite team, and I talked to a fan named Patrick Green who traveled over 2.5 hours to be here today.
Hey, Patrick. Good to meet you today.
Nice to meet you, Father.
How long have you been a Spurs fan?
Man, I've been a Spurs fan since I was 8 years old, man. Since I was 21 years. I started watching basketball when Sean Elliott hit that miracle shot. And then it was like, who I'm going to go for in the finals? I'm like, Tim Duncan seems like a cool guy to root for. So I went to the Spurs ever since. Die-hard fan, man.
And have you ever worked out with a Spurs player before?
Never. And, you know, when I heard about this opportunity working out with Lonnie and it's for a good cause, I was like, it was a dream come true for me. I mean, I had to get here today. I had to be here. I drove 2.5 hours away. I had to be here. And it was well worth it. I got a good workout in, and really worth it.
What was the workout itself like? And then also, what was it like having Lonnie like pushing you through?
Well, at first, I'm a pretty athletic guy. I play a lot of basketball. I was like, oh, this is a piece of cake, because I've done Insanity before. Then I done it, like, once I got halfway throughout the work, I'm like, man, I'm tired. But you know what? It was not only Lonnie. Lonnie did a really fantastic job, but it was the whole staff. Everyone was pushing me, and they know that I was a new person, so they wanted me to feel welcome, and I felt like I was at home. They boosted my confidence, and I recommend anyone to come work out here. This is a really good program. I liked it. Everybody was friendly and everything.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, Tom. Nice meeting you, man.
Lonnie has an infectious personality. He's a great person to be around. He loves dancing and joking and really just making other people feel good. And today I met the source of that personality, his mother, Tamika. She was gracious enough to spend a couple minutes with me.
How's it going, guys? I'm here with Lonnie Walker's mom, Tamika. I think I speak for every Spurs fan when I say we love watching your son play. But I have to ask, because I feel anxious when I watch him jump so high and fall hard sometimes. What's going on for you?
I get butterflies in my stomach real bad. I get nervous, like it's actually me out there. I'm like a nervous wreck. But then afterwards I'm okay, you know what I mean? I'm all cheering and yelling.
And you've been watching him do this
For a while,
his whole life.
yeah.
When did you realize that he was a special athlete?
I didn't really realize it because I'm not gonna lie, you know, I wasn't really into sports like his father was. But by the time he got into 8th grade and he was dunking and doing all that, I just knew, okay, he's gonna be that guy.
And in the year and a half or so that he's been an NBA player, how have you seen him change?
I seen him mature more. I seen him get stronger, more positive energy on the court. You can just see a good life changing in Lonnie. He's still, you know, that sweetheart. He's still the humble guy that everybody loves. You can see a big change in him.
And Is there any like funny story from his childhood that you think really kind of explains who he is?
No, he's just a goofy, humble kid. He's just he likes to laugh. He loves to dance. He likes to laugh. He's just a happy person all around. You know what I mean?
I saw the two of you kind of cutting it up today.
Oh, we always do. We always do. We like to play around together. We like to dance and stuff, so it's fun.
What do you think are some things that he got from you?
His personality. Basketball is his father. His personality is a leader. He dances everything with me. That's my twin. He looks like me.
Thank you. He does.
He does, right?
Thank you so much for your time, and good luck with the butterflies for the rest of the season.
Thank you so much.
After the event, I had an opportunity to talk to Lonnie a little bit in a press scrum, and he's always been very gracious with his time and very thoughtful with his answers. So let's take a look at what he had to say.
How thankful do you think Patty is going to be? I'm sure he knows about this, but how thankful is he for you doing this for him and for his people?
I mean, Patty's Patty. I mean, he's blessed if you give him a penny. You know, anything that he does, he's a very understanding person, and he values the bigger picture in life. So, I'm just trying to live amongst his footsteps and be as great of a person as I can be, just like him. So, I hope that he's more than happy with what I'm doing.
Lonnie, you looked really comfortable in like the coach role today. Was that fun for you walking around this room encouraging people?
Oh, it's always fun. That's like God-given, it's second nature to me, helping others, doing what I can. Sometimes you gotta step out your comfort zone. You gotta be comfortable being uncomfortable, but I just wish nothing but the best for every single person. So if you're around my atmosphere, I'm always gonna make sure that you're working harder than you're supposed to work. Your brain you'd be surprised with how much extra work you can put forth, just based off of that mental state. So I'm always gonna push people, and I'm just thankful to help.
Seeing you out there, you kind of reminded me of Patty Mills, how he's always hyping up the team, being the smile of the team. Do you think, since he's from Australia, do you think you were encouraged by him to be a leader here and telling everybody, come on, you can do it, you want more?
Absolutely, but I've always been a leader. That's been who I am since I could possibly imagine. So, but Patty definitely brings and adds on a different perspective for me, and he has helped me in a million of other different ways. So, I'm just doing what I love to do, and the outcome, it was better than expected.
Now, your athleticism jumps out to everybody watching you play. How much work goes into your body, like hours per day?
I couldn't possibly tell you. I have a routine day in and day out, but you gotta have a strict routine when it comes to sleeping and eating and lifting and actually taking care of your body. There's multiple dimensions and multiple perspectives that you have to attack and stay consistent with. So, being a professional, that's what you have to do. There's gonna be times that you're not gonna like doing what you have to do, and that's a thing called sacrifice. But if you want to be the best player that you know you can be, you sure as hell better put in the time.
Yesterday, you guys had a tough loss against the Hawks. I know a lot of my team went to the game and they were like, Lonnie Walker is literally the next big thing like Tim Duncan. How does that make you feel that people are talking about you in that way?
It's humbling, but I'm not there yet. So, people can say 1,000 different things, but I'm not at that point yet. So until I get to that point, I still got a lot of things to do when it comes to just working hard, becoming more of a professional player, and understanding the game more. So it's great to hear, and it's good to know that people, have my best interest and have my back and see the potential in me. But I'm still working, so it just brings more fuel to my fire knowing that people can see that potential, because I sure as hell can too.
Tomorrow you play against
Heat.
the Heat. What is something that you are working on for tomorrow's game?
Just having that aggressive mentality, offensively and defensively. They're a young, great team. They got a lot of players who get the job done offensively and defensively. So we just got to play our game and do what the Spurs do. Making good to great choices, and just staying disciplined and following what Coach Pop wants us to do.
So it seems like Pop's been coaching you pretty hard this year, and you've taken a really mature attitude about that. What's the main thing that he has communicated to you that you need to work on to get to that next level?
you know, just being smarter, making smarter decisions offensively and defensively, taking great shots, you know, making good reads, and defensively just being a dog. You know, he sees the potential in me defensively a lot. So that's the main point of emphasis. First of all, is defense. You know, the defense is what's going to give me the minutes, and you know, that's how I'm going to earn it. In offense, that's just going to come. I feel like offensively, I can pretty much do almost every dynamic of the game: shoot, layup, dunks, whatever you want, I can do it. So with patience, it takes time, you know, and I know that he has my best interest, so I'm just going to follow in his footsteps. And, you know, sooner or later, you know, some people might think it's too late, some people might think it's too soon, but sooner or later, it's all going to come into one piece, and you're going to have that beautiful artwork.
Thank you, Lonnie.
Thank you.
I posted that last question to my Twitter, and a lot of people had comments about his body language. I wouldn't read too much into that. I've spoken to him a lot in those scrum type scenarios, and he tends to be just a little bit more laid back. So don't think too much about that. At the end of the day, Lonnie is a young player who, throughout this whole process, has acknowledged that he has a lot of learning and growing to do. And by all accounts, he's taken a very mature approach to that development. I want to just say thank you to Lonnie, to Tamika, his family, his team, to everybody at F45 for putting this event on, hosting me, and making me feel welcome. This was a lot of fun to do. Hopefully I'll be doing more videos like this in the future. As always, go Spurs go.